Hello everybody, welcome once again to the Wicked Stream. Today we will be reading the Bungie developmental update and giving my view of what is coming to Destiny 2. As always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos, and as always, thanks for watching. So the first thing in the developmental update is the content lockout. They divulge a little on this. Expansions are purchasable updates that typically add new story destinations and gear, as well as new Crucible Strikes and Raid Lair content. Seasons introduce content that is made available to all players of Destiny 2 at no additional cost. Essentially what they're saying here is if you want the Curse of Osiris content, you have to buy the DLC. That is not to say you will not get things like the Crucible, Dawning, Iron Banner, faction rallies, stuff like that, which will be great. Iron Banner and Faction Rallies will be returning. Faction Rally first on January 16th, which is this Tuesday, and Iron Banner will be back in rotation on January 30th. Glad to see those coming back. It has taken them a while to figure out how to do all this and get it to where it won't lock people out, but great to see it coming back, better late than never. Real quick on the Eververse here. It is getting completely overhauled. I'm going to read it to you first. They recognize that the scales are tipped too far towards tests at the moment, and Eververse was never intended to be a substitute for endgame content and rewards. So they will be making 3 changes for upcoming seasons. They are shifting the balance of new content in favor of activity rewards over bright engrams. This includes adding ghosts, sparrows, and ships. To date, only found in bright engrams to achieve reward pools. They'll provide a game path to earn bright engrams and all content rewards, including event engrams, and they will give players more direct purchase options and make adjustments to bright engrams to allow players to get the items they want more often. This should have been in since day one, and it's really sad that it's taken this long to rework this, but glad to see the changes coming. Is welcomed by many players, I am sure, as well as myself. Seeing the ghosts, sparrows, and ships found in other parts of the game will also give more incentive to play other parts of the game. Going on here, we have the Crimson Day event, which begins on February 13th. Completing Nightfall Raid and Crimson Day milestones during Crimson Day will reward you an exclusive legendary emote, weapon, skin, and exotic sparrow, respectively. Players will earn double engrams at level up, 1 crimson engram and 1 illuminated engram for the duration of the event. Crimson engrams can also drop from completing the Crimson Day match and from completing the Crimson Day milestone on each character. Each crimson engram is very strongly weighted to new rewards when decrypted until all the new event items have been obtained. I'm really looking forward to this. The Dawning looked like it was straight ripped from Destiny 1 and not really tuned for Destiny 2 in terms of gameplay and returns, and in this, giving 1 of each engram on level up will be nice and satisfying, as opposed to the Dawning where you only got engrams from the milestones. XP rates are getting an update. Let me read the update for you real quick. We are still investigating changes to the XP earn rates. Our goal with any updates to XP are transparency and consistency XP gains, regardless of your preferred activity. Right now it is too slow in general and lopsided toward grinding specific activities, which is not a fun grind. We want to fix these. Allow low value, making those activities low value to players who aren't grinding them. Fairness is cool. Our first attempt turned out to be unworkably buggy, so they're investigating other angles. XP rates is true. It has been a grind, and the grind is very painful. And with the lack of options you already have to choose from, seeing this address is very reassuring that they are listening to our concerns and making an effort. Next, we are going to be talking about the January 30th update, and a quick note, everything I am about to read will be available to all Destiny 2 players regardless of expansion ownership. So first off here we have the Masterwork updates. They are expanding the Masterwork system to include armors. Masterwork armor provides increased damage reduction while using your super. You can reroll the armor stat type on Masterwork armor, and similar to Masterwork weapons, you can upgrade a piece of armor to Masterwork by spending Masterwork cores and legendary shards. Something I've personally been hoping for is the Masterwork armor. I would love to see how the changes gameplay style and give your character the chance to get more than 1 or 2 stats, really fine-tune the play style of your character. They are reworking the raid rewards. They're reworking them to make them more unique and interesting. They will now feature mods with raid-specific perks and are adjust the rewards to ensure a raid item drops from each major encounter. The raid vendor will also directly sell Leviathan and Neater of the World's raid armor and weapons for purchase with raid tokens and legendary shards. They are also adding a new ghost with raid-specific perks that has a chance to drop a chance. Now, please note that is not a guarantee to drop from the Leviathan and Eater of World's final encounters. It is great to see them returning to the raid buffs on raid gear. I do love the aspect of a raid specific ghost. I'd love to see the skin they choose for these, as they will be raid specific. It is unknown as to whether or not our current raid gear will have the new stats applied once the update is taken, but we will see. I'm assuming so, and no more guessing. If we get loot off a boss, will be much welcome. It is bothersome to do a raid and get nothing until the end because it has to give you something. Next up is the February update. Strike scoring is coming to Nightfall and replacing the current time limit mechanic. The scoring is similar to Destiny 1 system, but with adjustments to emphasize competitive execution of strike objectives and support for players' selectable score modifiers. In February, Nightfall high scorers will be exposed in game via new emblems and will unlock rewards. We also have the plans for clan and community high scorers in the works. I will not miss the Nightfall timer at all. Going back to basic here seems to be legit, and I would love to see rewards based on rank and not just an emblem, but gear and so forth. Doesn't address the current issue with no strike-specific loot that we want, and the rework. And going on here, they will be reworking mods. They'll be focusing on reducing redundant mods, more unique theming, and greatly increasing their impact on your power. They are aiming for a February release, but the scope of the rework could push parts or all of it out to early spring. Mods will be extra flavorful at this point, and making certain mods for your playstyle a must. The improvements to quick play will be fun, I imagine. And what they're doing with that is making power ammo acquisition and quick play more sped up, which will probably place it somewhere between regular, what it is now, and mayhem. PC players will be getting tower chat. They will be fixing the exotic repetition, meaning you will not get the same exotic when you're opening multiple engrams. I know it is frustrating. I myself have opened 10 exotics at once, and I got 9 merciless and 1 thing I actually needed. Seeing this addressed will be most welcome. And they are also adding fire team members on destination maps, which means you will now be able to see members of your fire team as they are sitting in the map on the world. One thing I would like to see is maybe bringing strike and raid maps as well and showing player location on these. It is really frustrating to have to constantly run back and get someone who is lost and bring them to you. Adding a map and showing where we are will allow them to have access to finding us and make all in all the game more playable and enjoyable. They have a spring 2018 update here, and it is a lot of Crucible updates. Beginning with Season 3, they will be introducing seasonal Crucible ranks. There'll be 2 different ranks for players to pursue. Valor, which is a progression rank that goes up as you complete matches. Winning helps you move up faster, but there are no loss penalties. Glory, a progression rank that goes up when you win and down when you lose. Performance is how you move up here. They are also introducing private matches. Private matches are coming to Destiny 2, which, you know, we've wanted for a long time. 6v6 playlists will be introduced. A Mayhem will be on a rotation, and additional fixes to that. The Crucible rank will be nice but seems kind of lackluster. We want more than just emblems, maybe some special ornaments or gear to go along with your rank. Not just giving a rank. Private matches are awesome. I love to bring friends in and make a custom mode that only we play and have fun with. Much welcome return, as well as the 6v6 playlist and the return of Mayhem. Exotic weapon and armor balance are getting adjusted. Exotic weapons and armors are receiving comprehensive design paths to ensure that they stand out from the rest of your gear and offer new, exciting, powerful ways to play. The exotic weapon and armor update feels like this took too long to be applied. This is something that should have been from day one. Exotics are hard to obtain and should always feel more special than they currently are. They will be adding seasonal reputation. Specific vendors will now display a seasonal ranking. Earning reputation will unlock unique seasonal rewards and will reset each season. Seasonal reputation will be cool. I'm waiting to see them divulge more on this and see what they are going to bring to the table. And the endgame pursuit would be nice to see them improve it as well. Just grinding for bright engrams is awful, and I hate doing it. Another thing they're working is reducing the repetition of playlists as well, meaning you're not always going to get the same strike or same crucible that you just played. Once again, something that seems like it has taken too long to be implemented into the game as of now. And I find myself not playing my PS4 as there's nothing to do and nothing to work for until the next expansion. Them fixing this will actually make me happy. They are adding multi-emotes. When multi-emote launches, you will be able to choose which emote you have equipped to each one of your 4 emote slots. Multi-emote will be a blast just in and of itself. I am a collector when it comes to cool stuff in games and would love to use more than one at a time. Vault space is also getting addressed. They are adding an additional 50 slots to player vaults. They don't believe just adding more space is a complete solution. They are actively working on other changes to reduce the load on your vault space. They're also adding an exotic accessory tab to vault collections, so you no longer need to spend vault space on exotic ships, sparrows, and ghosts. Vault space has been a long time coming. Glad to see improvements to this, as well as the PC clan chat. It seems like something that should have been added day one. Adding modifiers to heroic strikes will also be a much welcome change and a much needed challenge to them. Next is the fall 2018 or sooner update. They are working on a lot more than they're not quite ready to discuss. Expect more on this small sample of items in the future, including item collections and records, weapon slot and archetype improvements, additional Crucible playlists, and example Rumble, better clan rewards, masterwork exotics, pinnacle weapon and gear improvements, Trial of the Night improvements, shader and dismantling improvements, the future of guided games, and address solo versus fireteam matchmaking. All in all, it seems like Bungie is in fact listening and taking the time to make the game as a whole more playable and more enjoyable. I can't wait for Masterwork Exotics and Rumble. These will be welcome and fun to play. Please leave a comment if you'd like to see more videos like this, as well as for other games such as Call of Duty and World of Warcraft. This is new to me. I'm still getting this down. I know I'm a little late with the update here and getting it out, as other people have already posted it, but I am doing my best I can here. And as always, thank you all for watching. I will have a link to the full developmental update in the description if you'd like to read it all. As always, peace world.